You're watching Truth versus Hype. This week, the standoff between the government and the IITs has come to an end. On the surface, it may have seemed like yet another turf war between Kapil Sibal and this country's elite educational institutions. But at a deeper level, it has opened up a Pandora's box of questions. Are the IIT entrance tests, as the government claims, taking away the focus from school exams? Are children becoming prey to coaching factories? Or is the real problem a malfunctioning school system and parents who will pressure their children, regardless of their ability, into becoming geniuses? First, a quick guide to the dispute. Right now, students need to take different exams for the IIT, for the National Institutes of Technologies, and for different engineering colleges, almost 30 in all. These, Kapil Sibal felt, caused too much strain and took away focus from school exams and also promoted the coaching industry. The idea was to create one examination framework which would eventually cover all government engineering colleges. And so a series of changes were proposed, almost all of which were questioned by the IITs. First, a preliminary exam which would be less rigorous, then an advanced exam similar to the IIT's joint entrance exam. These would be set and conducted by a joint exam board comprising the IITs and other engineering bodies. But the IITs challenged this, saying that it impinged on the autonomy of their entrance test. The government also introduced a formula of factoring in 50% weightage to the school board results to qualify for the IITs. This too was challenged, saying each board of each state has different marking protocols. The government wanted this in place by 2013, which the IIT said was too soon. Finally, in the face of stiff resistance by the IITs, the government gave in. And so now a compromise has been evolved. To qualify for the IITs means first taking a preliminary exam set by the CBSE and the IIT. The students will also need to fall in the top 20% of their respective 12th boards, which the IITs felt was a more scientific way of evening out the uneven scoring systems of school boards. But the advanced test, which is much like the JEE, will be set entirely by the IITs. In exchange, the IITs agreed to implement the new system by 2013. Getting to a solution was a bitter affair, pitting the ministry against the IITs and even IITs against each other. When we spoke to virtually all stakeholders in the system, it's clear that whatever formula emerged would have faced serious challenges given the multiple, even conflicting forces at play. The IITs say they will not dilute the JEE with its emphasis on testing first principles and not the rote learning taught in schools. You know, I've got a sample here of a IIT physics paper and a class 12 physics paper, just as a comparison of how tough the IIT paper is.
Yeah.
So, now, for example, if you take a class 12 physics paper,
Yes.
How would it be different?
For example, it says here, deduce the expression for the EMF between the center and the metallic ring. So these are things which these same derivations are given in your textbook. So if you mug these up, you will be able to reproduce them.
Okay.
So by mugging, you can get 100 out of 100 in this paper.
Now let's compare that with the
Yes.
IIT paper.
Okay. Yeah.
So, which is
Now, in an IIT paper,
Latin and Greek to me. But
well, in a paper like this, you would hardly find any question saying state this equation, as there was a question in this paper.
Okay.
So here, each of these questions is either a problem or an explanation type of question.
Okay.
So for example, here there is a pulley connected to two masses and there is a ball which is dropping. So then you have to work out when this drops here, the rate at which this mass goes down.
Right.
So you have to calculate, find out the acceleration based on the equations which are there.
So for this, you need to know first principles?
You need to know first principles, and also if there are formulas, you need to know which formula to apply. So there will be 100 of formulas.
Right.
So if you apply a wrong formula, you can't get the answer.
So you can't crack this through mugging?
By and large, no, unless if there's somebody who mugs all these type of problems. See, after all, there will be thousands
In India,
of problems.
there well might be. This means that students will continue to flock to coaching centers like Kota in Rajasthan. Here, those already training for next year's IIT are still weighing the implications of the new formula. For starters, it means not all of them will be taking the JEE. Under the new formula, only about 1.5 lakhs will be eligible, compared to the 5 lakhs that took it last year.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.